Yeah. Hello, everyone. Sorry I sound exhausted, although that's just the norm. These streams I just got off work. I was supposed to have this stream earlier, but I got sidetracked. And I did a bit of a after I heard that thing. Oh, hello, I will eat you welcome. I didn't expect to see anyone up actually. Welcome to the Ironworks. Probably gonna take a train or two, or drive a train or two. Well, I already have an engine picked out that I want to take out on the rails. We're probably gonna drive the Behemoth. It is currently sitting somewhere back there. I gotta go find it. I don't know where I parked it. But out on the rails with me right now, we're just chilling at the shed. Iron Holly, Iron Mike, Victoria, and Iron Freya. Well, we also have Tim. I don't know why he's here. Well, I know I'm in a late time to be having a stream right now. Oh, and Henry. Sam. But, Tim, why are you here? You really should be at the Soto China Clay, shouldn't you? Bit out of place at the Ironworks, but you do you. Anyway, I've just been out on the rails, well, chilling here most of the time. I was driving some of the engines around and moving some of the scenery around. Not really doing much. I really don't do much here. I kind of just mess around in the yard and shunt some trucks around with the engines. That's about it. We do have a new engine. Well, not really new. Another friendly face joining us here today. I know Active told me the name of this engine many times, how to pronounce it correctly, then Osmoridity, something like that. Now we got two choices. Well, no, I know what engine we're going to take out on the rails because I kind of want to drive it as fast as possible across the island. I want to see how fast we can get to the opposite side of the map. Actually, after we're done looking at all the engines and checking up and making sure everyone's okay, because Henry over should be out on a passenger run. Instead, he's here with the Ironworks engines just hanging out, just like Tim. Two engines out of place. But we need to go check on the Behemoth. Now, it hasn't been fired up in a while. And last time I took this engine out for a spin, it wasn't, didn't go exactly as planned. And the whole reason why this engine I don't use this engine because it's at 25% speed. It's already hard enough to control. Not even at full. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Forgot where I put it. Bad, but here we have a very questionable engine at best. Mighty Mac, if you will, or standard gauge Mighty Mac, but I want to take the Behemoth here, the 2882, and I want to see how fast we can take it across to the opposite side of the map, which is all the way over here. Now, since these are two standards, essentially. These stitch back to back. Don't ask where the coal goes, because I don't know either. Since these are two engines, essentially stitched back to back, the speed is already, like I said before, I derailed by accident because here's the thing about this track, or this map that I chose. It's got a lot of sharp turns. So the tricky part will be driving this engine as fast as we can without crashing or derailing, because on sharp turns, the engine tends to split down the middle and we can be sent flying. Like, I have a clip that I'll probably post as a short that'll show what kind of happened, but if the engine's going too fast, this part kind of just separates and the engines just go flying off the rails. But this will be fun. Now, the last time we did this, we attached 2 or 4 of these. I don't know which stream that was. We attached 2 or 4 of these back to back to back, and that ended tragically. I think that was on stream. I could be getting that wrong. We could probably test that later, but right now, what's a little bit of chaos before to start the day. Alright, first things first is setting up this locomotive. Now, I've released this locomotive. Yeah, I'm tired, but I released this locomotive as a formation that you can get on Creator Club, or you can just build it easily in the formation. But should I do this? This is going to end poorly, isn't it? This is going to end really, really badly. But first, let's set a location. If there's one thing I don't want to do is accidentally not set a location, and then as we get past a checkpoint, the entire game decides that you messed that up. Gotta restart now. We'll try to stop here. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say cast your votes to anyone who thinks we're actually gonna be able to stop in enough time, judging by how fast this engine's going to be going. Because my answer, we're not. I kind of just accepted that we're going to crash into the station. Oh, wait, we don't have a tender, so we don't have a tender light that we can turn on for the cab. Alright, well, at least we're not doing this in the dark, because that would have made this 10 times harder than what it already is. Alright. Here's the fun part. I'm just going to roll this engine to be next to the other one for now. Hopefully I can stop in enough time. We just fixed this engine, so it should work. Uh-oh, the wheels are locking up. That's never a good sign. Okay, just a bit more power. Alright. We could probably collect some cargo if we wanted. Okay, that was a bad idea. This is a mistake waiting to happen. Right now I kind of just want to standard Mighty Mac again. Yes. We're about to test its limits right now as we... Alright, let me stop right here so we can probably say our farewells to the Ironworks engines. Alright, Holly, Mike, Victoria, Freya, Sam, Henry for whatever reason, and Tim. We'll be seeing y'all later. Well, I'll be seeing you later. I'm not. Everyone else will probably still be here. I don't think I will. At the speed this engine will be going, we're definitely gonna crash. I can already see it. And what top speeds do you think we'll be able to reach when we get this thing going? Let's see. Are we ready? Let's go. No more stalling. Let's just get it going. Gonna have to be careful when we're leaving this yard. Please do not. I already set a checkpoint, right? Alright, we all see I set a checkpoint. Because this game has a habit of despawning you even though you got a checkpoint set. So far, so good. Oh yeah, that was last stream. The lights on God Bear. That was terrifying yet hilarious. Oh, I really should have collected some cargo with this engine. But it would probably hold us back if we're trying to break a speed record here. You think Sir Topham Hatt would allow this on the rails? Probably not for safety reasons, but... What's your thoughts on Sharon Miller? Not really much thoughts. I was always just more focused on the actual show than like itself. Like, of course, the show's had its bad stories. I mean, everyone's had bad stories, no matter who it is. So I can't. I really don't have an opinion, to be honest with you. I was just always like, ooh, cool, you know. You know, the show's on. I, I was the types to just turn their brain off and just watch the show. Sir Topham Hatt would allow this. Sir Topham Hatt, though. But, you really think he would allow this? A 2882? Like, this probably breaks or violates at least 8 railway laws. Probably all of them, actually. You see what happens when Dovetail doesn't add steam locomotives? People add their own. And you don't want people to add their own, because this is the type of stuff we do. I mean, it looks beautiful in motion, but once we get out on the main line, and I feel like, you know, we're not going to derail at Mach 5 speeds, and I consider this the main line right here, but once we get out on the main line, then probably, yeah, but right now we're approaching the first really sharp turn. And I apologize how fast I'm going to be checking in between the map and the engine, because I'm probably going to lag the game out too. Oh, that was a lag spike right there. Oh, really bad one. I told you how good this is going to go. I mean, if Dovetail would allow this, I don't see why Sir Topham Hatt wouldn't allow this engine to exist. Who knows? It would probably be a pretty good passenger engine pulling the express. Question is, does anybody really want to see that chugging down the line? Alright, I'm going to increase speed just by a bit. I said a bit. That was literally I literally just slightly tapped the controller. And it literally just went like we're about to go full speed. I nearly sent the entire engine to a building. I would have been fired. This is my first time driving this. Well, not my first time. Better question is, I don't think Sir Topham Hatt wants me driving this engine out on the rails because it's unsafe. Okay, look, 3 crashes within a week is not a lot of crashes, alright? But the bill for this thing. On the bright side, though, it consumes no coal at all, so I don't get why Sir Topham Hatt would complain. And we're almost on to the main line now. Alright. This is where the fun begins, as somebody would say. I can already feel my game struggling to survive. If the stream ends abruptly, you know why. I don't know why I thought this would be a good idea in my head when I was setting up. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea in my head to use this engine for the beginning of the stream. I should have just used like Iron Mike or Holly, or just like Freya at the most. But no, use the behemoth, he says. Everything will be fine, he says. Alright. Let's get this going. Alright, well, say a prayer. Oh, I don't like where this is going. This is... Oh, no. Did it just lag out? Don't tell me it just lagged out. No. No, I got a better idea. I want to test the max speed of the behemoth. We're going to the training center. It's a loop map. Probably a very bad idea too, because I want to hop off the train too and see how fast the behemoth is going. This is why I do not use those maps that often. Hey, welcome to the stream. You've told me how to pronounce your name so many times, but I still struggle with names. I gotta get used to the. You just messed out. We were trying to drive the behemoth at max speed, but game decided to do what it usually does. So it's back to the drawing board. Well, not the drawing board. I'm just gonna spawn in and just go straight up to full speed with the engine. The goal is to either reach, I don't know, 200 miles per hour. I doubt it, because I've never reached that speed with this engine, mainly because it literally just goes flying off the rails. But the best part about this is that you can just restart each and every time with no problem. Should have named the stream the Behemoth. Quick takeoff though. My console literally sounds like it's about to take off. It is not like this. Also, there's a fun little glitch that I want to try to do where if you run back and forth in between the cab, really, really quickly, you can somehow glitch onto the roof and be on top of the train, kind of like they were inside of the Polar Express movie. I want to do that, but do you want to do that on an engine that's really going this fast? Alright, we're going to do 2 laps, and then I'm going to hop off the train. We're going to try to time it. I'm going to try to hop off at the platform, and we're going to stand on the platform and wait for it to wrap back around so we can track how fast it's going. And if it passes the test, you know, it can be upgraded from just a baseline shunter to, I don't trust that, but it can be upgraded from just a baseline shunter to an actual engine that, you know. Wait, I don't need to set a goal. What for what? That's the training center. I asked too much. The training center doesn't need you to set a waypoint for you to be able to use it. I've done that many times in Train Sim World 4. That's what I'm saying. Train Sim, there's no waypoint that needs to be set whenever you use the training center. So what do you mean? Unless my console literally just had enough of me, and even the console doesn't want to. Even the console doesn't want to put up with me. I mean, to be fair, yeah, you're running a locomotive, 2 locomotives stitched back to the back. I wouldn't want to try to process that either. So wait, do I have? Okay. How does that even work? Okay, where did it check me out at? Somewhere around here. Why though? There. Do I have to set a second checkpoint for this train? No. Okay. We're gonna try that again, and let's see if we lag out. Oh, wait. I think I still have the brakes on. Yeah, probably still do. Yeah. Oh, there's your problem right there. You still got the brakes on. You know what? Fine. You don't want me to be on the train? Fine. We'll just wait for you on the platform then, since I can't drive you. Now I might be in trouble. Okay. See, I was just fed up with it kind of despawning the game. I thought that if I jumped off and just let it drive by itself, that would be a good idea. Where is the train? Okay. I don't see it. All right. Yeah, that. Okay, so we got a bigger problem now. I literally don't know where the engine is. I don't see it on the map. Did I just? How did I lose? Okay. Okay, that's gonna be fun to explain. Yeah, I lost the entire engine. It was, I kind of got mad, jumped off of it, and let it drive itself. I actually drove the Flying Scotsman tenderless in Train Sim World. How did you manage to do that? Oh wait, I think you can spawn in the Flying Scotsman as a formation. I'm more concerned where the Behemoth is, because it's not showing up as like on the map. And my only hope is that it's just going to go rocketing past us at any given moment. I mean, I don't see it. And I'm literally staring at the map. Oh. Never mind, we found it. We'll just wait right here for it. Don't try this at home. I don't see it, though. It says it's supposed to be right, like, around the corner. Let me check the map one more time. Yeah, it says it should be wrapping right around the corner. Here it comes. Oh, shit. We found the behemoth, but it doesn't seem to be happy. Should we just stand and watch? We found it, but question is now, how do we stop it? Because it's going to keep... I put it to max speed, so it's going to keep looping and looping. Eventually, it's just going to keep catching up more and more speed. If Usain Bolt was a train, who are you telling? So the second time around, it's going to be even faster. And we're not on it, so it's not lagging our game, per se. Because we're not... I guess we're not going at Mach 5 speed, so the game's perfectly fine. But every time we see the engine, it's probably just going to... All against the favor of us adding a second behemoth to the opposite line and driving them at max speeds. I think that's a grand idea, but I don't know. First, I need to see how fast the... I'm not even gonna call it... Oh, it already looped back around. I was literally just walking for... How long was that? Oh. It's literally a blink and you miss it type thing, you know? Did you hear the sound it was making? If you're new and you're just now joining the stream, you'll have no idea what's going on. Basically, I jumped off the behemoth engine, which is basically two engines stitched together. And they're currently traveling down the training center line at dangerous speeds. I don't even know how fast. We'll see when it wraps back around for the third time. Literally, literally wasn't my wisest decision. The behemoth is currently speeding down the line at unforeseen speeds. There it is. So does anyone know how to stop that? Like, cause thing about it is, usually you can just go on the map and stop the train if you can just lock onto it. But when the train is moving like that fast, and you're using a controller, kind of makes that hard to do. But yeah, like it literally is constantly put a wagon on the track. The behemoth is on. Oh, you're right. That's probably going to cause a major accident. But it's kind of bad. Oh wait, can we switch to track in enough time before the behemoth gets here? Because we can probably switch it off the line. But what would happen if it rounded the line too fast? Oh wait. Ooh, that thing is like a bullet. Thing is literally like a bullet going like at Mach 5 speeds. Alright. We're about to be like Unstoppable. Only I think Unstoppable's train wasn't going this fast, but where's the... Oh, there it is. Uh-oh. How do I switch it? Unfortunately, I don't have the thing on screen, so I can't see where the actual switch point is. There's an old Thomas parody. Funny and nostalgic. I definitely gotta check out some more Thomas stuff. Oh, here is the beam. Whoa. Yeah, wagon. I don't think the wagon idea is gonna turn out well, judging by how fast this is going. Did that switch the line? Well, no. In about a few minutes, hopefully the behemoth gets switched off onto a different line and doesn't crash at Mach 5 speeds. I'm trying to check to see if the track... Yep, it's switched. So, what we should see now is the behemoth go barreling down the other line and no incident. Famous last words. Oh, wait, that was faster than expected. Oh! Okay, never mind, scratch that off. That went nothing like planned. Well, you see, what had happened was I was driving the behemoth at, like I said, unforeseen speeds, and I hopped off the foot plate. So, what you just saw was it kind of ran over the switch way too fast and it derailed. What was that? It was the behemoth, the steam engine, going literally like the 2882 steam locomotive. Now, because I'm just off of work and I'm tired, I might as well mess around with the behemoth even more. Why not run two of them? One going that direction and the other going the opposite. Then we'll switch the tracks at at the perfect moment. Chaotic? Yes. Hold up. Oh yeah, alright, we're doing that right. I can't tell if the wheels are going. Okay. Alright. Alright. Now you want to get off the... Oh. It's trying to keep us captive. Alright. That one's going that direction, and now we have a second one going that direction. You know, this is usually how scientists test, you know, well, I think this is how they test stuff, I believe. Am I the only one that does not think Hasbro can fix I think many people hold that sentiment. Probably. I don't think Hasbro has fixed much. So I don't know. It's probably they can, probably they won't. It's Hasbro. Okay, you're not supposed to be going. And they're off. See you later. This is like an action movie now. All right, that was pretty good. I won't even lie. Question is, where's the second behemoth? I thought we launched two. Well, it did take the first one a few. It was like a few minutes before it started to catch up speed. Wait. Alright, now I'm confusing myself. I sent one engine that way and one engine the other way. Oh, there it is. Alright, I'm gonna try to make a beeline for the station before it's too late in the engine. I don't think I'm going to be able to outrun an engine. But who knows? Maybe I'm faster than the engine. I mean, I was able to keep up with the other behemoth. I would probably be much faster if I wasn't running backwards. But I also want to get a good shot of the behemoth rounding that corner. I think I actually am going to actually make it to the station before I get a glimpse of the behemoth down the line, which is crazy to think about. Probably not a good idea to be running backwards if I know I have a second one that's currently running this way too. Yeah, perhaps backing down the middle of the track isn't the wisest idea. I don't see it still. That's crazy. Alright. I'm literally like zooming in. Alright, there it is. How did I make it to the station before the engine? Still not inside. Oh, there it is. You're the worst passenger train. I mean, technically, you're not a passenger train. You're more like a experiment that we're testing. Oh, look, there's the other one. Second one's going a bit faster. Ah, we should have put like Thomas and James out on the rails or something. That would have been much, much more fitting. Oh, you can actually sit in these chairs? You know, that makes my job a bit more easier, I suppose. Alright, that engine's still traveling right there at the slowest speeds I've ever seen the behemoth go. And that engine is going to round the corner any moment. And we got a front row seat to the entire show. It's definitely a blink and you miss it type thing. Or I should have spawned them in with their cargo that I have them set up with. think the fastest one is about to round the corner. Yep. Look at him go. Probably the fastest steam engine on the line. Now the second one is still... Seriously? I don't know whether to call that tragic or just ironic. Maybe I didn't. Maybe that's on me. Maybe I didn't set the second one to high enough power or something. Shoot, if you're gonna be rolling like down the line, look at that. Compared to that, look how slow the second one is moving. Compared to this one right here that we're about to see. Let me just go ahead and zoom out. I'll zoom in when it rounds the corner, but I need to zoom out because of how fast it's going. There it is. Sheesh. Meanwhile, yeah, we're just gonna change you up to something else. I'd literally rather see Timothy out on the lines than whatever you were doing there. In fact, no, I'm not spawning Timothy. That would be a detriment. Who should we have out on the rails? Speak of the devil. You know what? I actually want Gordon out on the rails, so we'll have Gordon and yeah, Gordon and the Express. Why not? Not with this loud clack. Not with that loud clacking noise again. Alright, we got Gordon and the behemoth. Sorry, Gordon. Now, I would love to drive Gordon, but he has a history of just breaking down on the rails. So, instead, I'm just going to let you go down the rails yourself, Gordon. Enjoy. Okay. Whew. Oh, can we get on a coach? Can we make it on a coach? Ah, I should have hopped on a coach. Why did I do that? I should have hopped on one of his coaches. Whatever, I guess we got Gordon moving anyway. Now, I would love to see Henry on the opposite line, but we currently have another engine on the opposite line going at Mach 5 speeds. And I can't catch him, so might as well just let him chill. Maybe if I stand right in front of it to despawn it, the moment... No, look at that. I'm not standing in front of anything. That engine would probably despawn me the moment I stepped onto the rails. That... Warning whenever using the behemoth. Once you have the engine at full speed, there's no stopping. brakes become a suggestion. And where's Gordon on this lovely journey? Oh, that's very nice. And I think we're about to see Gordon, but sooner than the actual other engine. I feel like I can't tell if that engine is picking up speed or it's still going the same speed. Either way, I'm terrified. Either or. I really don't know. Which way do we sent Gordon that way? Now we just gotta wait for Gordon, wherever he is. He would definitely not be rounding the corner that fast. Alright. Playing another game of searching for the engine. What? Okay. Okay, yeah, that caught me off guard. I'm not even gonna lie. That was a whole jump scare. How did I jump scare myself? Thanks for the heart attack. I turned away for a fraction of a second, looked back, and just boom, it was right there. I'm looking for Gordon, not you. Now I'm just checking my back because I'm really trying to see when that engine's going to pop up. But I really want to see where Gordon is. Yeah, you weren't catching me that time. You weren't catching me that time, bucko. Alright, so I didn't direct him off a line. Still no sign of Gordon. Alright. I'm not sure. Did he stop? Alright. That's peculiar. Of course. Yeah, that's typical. Like, you're telling me there are no Scotsman trains on this opposite line that I spawned in? Oh. How did I keep... He did stop halfway down the line. I kept going over him because I wasn't expecting to see him stopped on the rails, but always expect the unexpected with Gordon, I suppose. Alright, I got a solution. We'll send someone to help him shunt. So who else better than Toby? Oh, okay, there you go. Anyway. I gotta remember if this is because I've been driving the DLC version of Diesel, and I have to remember there. You have to start you have to start this with the key, or you got to do something. Hold on, no. Devious Toby. Indeed. Come on. I literally didn't even see it that time. Yeah, I would derail you right now, but the speed and velocity you're probably in this game is... That is so cursed, but I love it. It's so cursed. Who else do you send to help Gordon get up the hill? Toby, of course. And whatever that is. Please do not lag the game out, because I didn't set a checkpoint. Hold up. Let me just stop. Tobias and the half price. Oh yeah, somebody did request that a while ago. How did I forget all about that? Yeah, that's something else I gotta get done, isn't it? Shoot. I can't remember if that was a remake or... Oh, look what's coming around the corner. You're not... Okay, let's go. Okay, now Toby stalled. I don't have time for this, Toby. We have to rescue Gordon. He's already enough of a hassle. Booyah. We got Toby working again. You know, Toby, you don't look horrible. If people look at you like dead on in the front, it's just when you that the illusion gets slightly broken. And if you break down, we'll just use Stepney. That thing is going to fly off the rails any given moment. I set a checkpoint, so I shouldn't despawn. Imagine sending Devious Toby to help Gordon. I'm used to that now. I just gotta remember when I'm going back towards the center of the what's called the to not switch out onto that outer line, which I'll forget. If we can't use Toby, we'll probably just use Stephanie or Duck. Then again, haven't got a chance to use. Then again, haven't had a chance. It just gets more and more like, because anyone who just randomly pops up in the stream, it's just out of context, just watching that thing go soaring by at Mach 5 speeds. Wouldn't be surprised if it derailed and went flying at me. Well, like, say what you want, Toby's not the fastest engine out of the bunch, but he certainly is the most useful. Now, I don't know whoever took off your side plates, Toby. Alright, they need to give them back. Because, there you go again. Keep yelling. I just need to get to Gordon and hopefully not run into the behemoth in the tunnel because no. Oh, why would you stop outside the tunnel? Reasonable, I guess. I guess you just wanted to get that shot, Toby. I was just about to say, I can literally see Gordon's coaches up ahead. The express coaches up ahead. All right. I don't even know what the protocol for this is. Nope. No. We gotta go this way, Toby. All right. Gordon, you know you've been, like, giving me problems since, like, day one, right? You're literally, like, the best livery here. But you've been giving me so many problems, man. Come on. First it's stopping on the rails halfway, then it's this, and now you can't even get your coaches where they need to be. Grand. Every time, but I would love to spawn Thomas on the opposite rail, or Edward, or someone, so they can talk to. Oh, what a lovely sighting. Hold on, gotta take in the view right quick. I would love to spawn in Thomas or Edward to talk to you or something, but I can't spawn anything on the opposite line until matter of fact, I'm gonna try to catch it. Let's see if I can time this perfectly. As it kind of runs past me, I'm gonna try to hit the left button to despawn it, but I need to be quick. Reaction time gotta be on point. Because it's literally a blink and you miss it. Alright, here it comes. And did I get it? Hey, I think I got it. Went on about 2 minutes. If something crashes into the back of Thomas or Edward or whoever I'm about to spawn. Matter of fact, no. Instead of using one of my engines that I usually use, we'll bring out Rosie actually, because I actually like this livery. Not mine, by the way. I believe this is actually yours. I believe you. Yeah, doesn't make sense. I know, but it's Rosie. Why not? And I really do hope I did despawn that. I felt like I did. Yep, that will be yours. Alright, Gordon. Toby's here to help you. You got Rosie here to help. What more do you need? A written hand invitation to go home. Driver and fireman can't do it, so let's let the guy who's not really. All right, let's go. My question is, why did he break down? Okay, so I was expecting him to like take off or something, but I think he legit just stalled on the rails. Okay, grand. We'll call Henry to shunt you away. Let's see if Toby's strong enough to pull away your express coaches. I doubt it, but it's always good to never doubt Toby. Or we could have Rosie pull them away. No, Rosie can stay here and talk to you about how you weren't able to pull the express, even though you've done it 100 times before. Alright, Toby. Off we go. Opposite direction this time, with the express. Oh wait, no brakes applied. Can Toby do it? Oh, it would appear he cannot. He's not strong enough. Our Toby isn't strong enough to pull the express coaches. Alright, poor Toby. That's alright, Toaster. You tried. Alright. You can go into the shed. I know somebody who can help. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a pain to work with though, because they're a bit of a snob, but there you go. Alright, James. You're always talking about wanting to pull the express, so here's your chance. Well, you're technically not pulling the express. It's more like you're retrieving the express. Alright, bit aggressive, but whatever. Nope, James. No, James, you gotta connect in order to, you know. This could only go but so well. We got it. I think we got them. Oh, we finally got them. Totally wasn't able to do it, but James was. Alright, that's enough of that, James. Pretty much just wanted to make sure Gorton was uncoupled from the express, so I can try to move him out of the way. James for the win. How did I run into a pole? Anyway, I was reading the comment, but since I did a diesel 10 livery on the Class 52, it's okay. Yeah, I have a skin of the D52 and what, diesel 10? No. I have a different one. Not really diesel 10, but not really important either, but it's just a random livery I made. You aren't really important, but yeah. Not really important, but not even an express. I don't even know what your purpose is. You look cool, though. Get out of here. Anyway, back to Gordon Mayhem. Diesel 5 from... Could be, actually. I'm not 100% too sure. Let's spawn them back in. Looks like Diesel 10's identical twin. It's even crazier because I think the last stream Diesel 10 actually showed up with his actual numbers. Where's I don't think he will this time, but no, he does. Look, whenever I spawn him in that livery, he spawns in with the actual Diesel 10 D10 D10. But whenever I spawn this one, it spawns in with the D23. It's pretty neat. I I guess you can say that's just the real Diesel 10 right there. But anyway, you shouldn't be here, and you don't even have your claw, sir. Please exit the railway. We're currently trying to get Gordon to move again. Now, I would call Henry, but Henry's currently busy, occupied at the ironworks for whatever reason. I don't ask questions about why engines show up where they do. Has a claw painted on. Oh, kind of like how Belle has her the water hose painted on. How something like that, if you will. I'm guessing, like it has it painted on. If I can find her, Belle, right there. Yeah. Still the best livery. Oh, wait. I really could go to the inner part of the what's called for these engines, but maybe Belle can help Gordon. I mean, she currently got one troublesome truck right now for whatever reason. Not really doing much. Not really too busy. But yeah, hold up. Let's hop on here so we can get a better look. Like the shiny part of that. Just painted on. Next step is getting you out of here. I really want to move you like normally, but parts of me just wants to despawn you because I'm so sick of putting up with Gordon. Not the actual, like, what's called, it's just that the Flying Scotsman in this game, I love it. It's really a love-hate relationship with this thing. It really is. But it's fitting because that means that this Henry is just accurate then. That Henry is just accurate. Back to the trenches where they belong, Henry. Alright, fine, alright. Hendon can be here. Hendon, you can stay here, alright? By popular request of, somebody asking, you can stay. Hendon. Shoot, might as well make it a whole Henry festival. Okay, just gonna spaz out. Alright, I love this game. There we go. We got Hendon, Henry. Well, we got Hendon, Henry. Henry again, and then Henry another time. How many Henrys do I have? I got that Henry. Henry sees red Henry. Excuse me, Rosie. Pardon. Go back to the shed, please. We'll have you back on the road. I'm trying to count how many Henrys currently exist. That's that Henry right there. So that's 1, 2. Who else we got? Northwestern Railway Henry? Northwestern Railway Henry. Northwestern Railway. Henry C. Red. TV series Henry. Hendon. And No, no, no. Okay, so that's, count them out. One, two, three, four, five versions of Henry. Stanier Henry. If wait, I think there used to be one actually, but it's now I kind of deleted that livery a while ago. Before the stream ends, reminds me. I'm gonna go to the Critter Club and I'll show you. There is uh, gory, I suppose, but yeah, it exists. It's just that he doesn't exist currently anymore. Like I don't have him like downloaded, and I would have to re-download him. Stanier Henry, Scotsman Henry, or Old Shape Henry, TV series Henry, or Classic Henry, or whatever you want to call it, Railway Series Henry, Henry Sees Red, and Northwestern Railway Henry. That's a lot of Henrys. Too many Henrys to count. Well, not yet. I still got like 3 more Henrys that need to be added. Now, the Blue Man himself, Gordon. So we got 2 Stanier. What can I spawn for this one? That would make a bit more sense. Gordon, Northwestern Railway, Flying Thistle. I guess this one counts. Yeah, it counts. TV series. TV series would just be this. The TV series Gordon. Henry Sees Red. There's no alternate version of this Gordon for this scenario. Wait, never mind. Muddy Gordon. It's like a matching game. Northwestern Railway? Boom. There's one more. Gordon has one more than Henry. Have you watched The Great Wolf Pack on YouTube? No, I have not. TV series or this Henry. Northwestern. That is a lot of liveries. Alright, so let's go down the line. LNER Gordon, blue / TV series version. Northwestern Railway Gordon and Henry. Iconic moments, I guess you could say. Gordon Henry, Henry Sees Red, and Gordon Covered in Mud. TV series Gordon and Henry, of course, the classicals. I guess old. So this would basically be Gordon on the LNER, back before he arrived on Sodor, and Henry back in his old shape. And we got the first version that I ever made of Gordon and Henry with the Staniers. The L and ER guards are blue. Agreed. And some of these liveries I probably need to change. Like, for example, Henry disappeared for a bit. Goodbye, Henry. You served us well. Why does Gordon make that annoying noise, that clacking noise? Sounds like someone's hammering away at one of his wheels. Alright. Staying here. LNER. Just Gordon. Mud Gordon. Northwestern Railway Gordon. Would you look at that, Gordon? You basically got a whole line of brothers now. I wouldn't be complaining. Hornby Edward is weird. Yeah, I've seen that. I don't think. I only want the Hornby Thomas, but the Hornby Edward I'm good on. Alright, now we're 2 mini liveries. Rex, Mike. Oh, the game cannot handle all these engines being on the rails. Jock. Class 37 for him. I haven't seen a Class 40 or Bowler in Hornby. I gotta find one to see what. I really want to know what that looks like. Arsdale Burt, the Flying Thistle. You still need your logo. And every Gordon. That there be a lot of locos. I feel like I have one more Gordon hidden around here somewhere. Not Gordon related, I just went out on the rails. Perfection. You just can't go wrong with that. But of course you can't beat the classics. Now that we've done a full Gordon row, we got to do a full James row. Spent way too much time on these liveries. Probably gonna crash the game this way, but it's worth it and it's funny. Your muddy Gordon looks interesting. Yeah, it pairs along with something else. Donald, perfection on the techniques. Donnie and Dougie in their classic liveries, or their Railway Series liveries to be more specific. And yeah, shoot, we got. Nah, we'll bring them out next. You gotta, when you got the Railway Series twins out, you gotta bring the TV series ones out too. It's law. Just common courtesy. I wonder if we can somehow spawn every locomotive I've ever made and wrap it around the entire. We'll probably wrap around twice with how many engines I have. Next on the chopping block, we have the one with the second most liveries, I think. It's James himself. The man, the myth, the legend, James. I wonder are you still trying to figure that one out. Like, that's the whole reason why I've held off on making Emily. That's literally that is it's not James, that's Edward, but alright. Yeah, I say that's that's James. Where is it's gonna take 8 years just to spawn every livery. Once again, that's Edward. Ugh. I remember those videos used to curse my feed. Absolute. I don't even know what those things were. Just dumpster fires. All right. I have no clue. So wait, how many liveries is this so far? Could just go into camera mode, you know, instead of... Let's see. Alright, starting all the way over here. Patchwork here, yeah. I'll spawn them next on the rails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm stopping right there at the RSL engine, right? Yeah. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. It's 21 liveries so far. And since I want Patchwork Hero out in the rails too, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn them. I just need to get all the James out the way. It's a lot of James. Alright, time for everyone's favorite engine. And the best engine in my opinion. At me on that. Where's Hero? There we go. Hero, and then repaired hero, or Patchwork Hero and Hero. Perfection. If I do say so myself. Now, who's next on the chopping block of engines that need to be spawned in? We got Bill Ben, all of them. I guess we might as well work on the tank engines now. I think I just crashed the game. Oh. Quick warning, if the stream ends abruptly, know why. It probably crashed. I'm spawning too much in. But I really just want to see how far I can push the game before it finally just has enough. And we stopped at 22 or 21 liveries. Oh, might as well start spawning in Thomas. Well, let me get one version of Thomas out of the way right now. That way I don't have to look at him for too long. Back on track with the actual Thomas once I find him. And you count as a Thomas too, technically, in my eyes. I know most people don't probably count you, but you're like a Thomas clone. There's those model series edits of Hero where they recolor Murdoch. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, now that you said that, I forgot. We gotta spawn Murdoch, technically. All the way to the back we go. He's an engine that technically would be behind Hero. There we go. Murdoch, Patrick Hero. OBSC black, OBSC brown, OBSC green, and Silver Demon that haunts my dreams. Ryan. And who's next? OBSC pink. How could I miss out on that one? Ryan. Okay. Percy? I might as well get you out of the way, because you only got 2 liveries. That's Northwestern Railway Percy, but whatever. Have you ever thought about making an A3 using... I have. I've just been busy with other things that I haven't gotten around to it. Northwestern. Oh, is that the TV series one? I think I got the names mixed up on the Percy. Oh, that's what happens when you have like 99 plus liveries, probably. So I'm guessing the Northwestern Railway one is the TV series one. Yeah, but whatever reason, your paint is wrong. Really wrong. You need to be fixed. Have you ever thought about making Spencer? Yeah, I actually have his coach. I was going to, but I never really got around to it. But I had literally had made his coach, but I gave it to Gordon. And well, the running joke is that Gordon kind of stole Spencer's coach. As you can see. Because Gordon and Percy, right now your NWR livery is all I have. So, well, I have your TV series livery, but it doesn't look the best right now because I kind of messed it up while I was working on it. Because Percy's design is the toughest to try to mimic with the style of how I create tank engines. I made Isabel and Dolce using the MK1s. Only thing I made using the MK1s were Annie and Clarabelle, and they look decent. Well, we can use this track right here. How convenient that we landed right on a spot where we can spawn a train like parallel of where we're standing for this demonstration. Where's Thomas? Yeah. They have faces, but really wish that they had coaches that didn't have those corridors. Because I kind of prefer the look of Annie and Clarabelle like that compared to the how they look like in the DLC. I get it. They use the what's it called, but it's just not my cup of tea. No pun intended. Edward and Truck. You know what? I want to spawn Edward in the fruit and veggie vans. It's one of my favorite sets. Plus, having Edward for look over Thomas is just kind of both hilarious and just accurate. Alright, who's next of the Thomas to be spawned on the rails? Should we do paint cover, TV series? We'll go paint cover. Paint splatter Thomas, or paint cover Thomas, either or. Same diff. Joy's Chocolate Factory vans. I'm actually working on those right now. I'm just trying to get the face right because I put too much detail into how I do faces, or just like detail in general. I try to make them look as how exactly they look in the photo or how you see them. I try to mimic them as much as possible with as much detail as possible, which can be really tough to do sometimes. But when it works, it works. But sometimes it can fall flat if I don't apply enough detail. Like before, Active had told me about the buffer thing where you can project to make that thing disappear, or using projection right here and for the windows to make it like Edward look like he's, more Edward shaped than before. Because before he just looked straight up like a Fowler that was painted to look like him. But the Jolly's Chocolate Factory vans, I've been working on those. And a couple of, I don't know, only thing is I don't know who I gave those, it's not the Jolly Chocolate vans, it's something else. I gave something to someone else. Where is it? Not the milk tankers, no. Nope. Fun Fair vans, no. Tar tankers. I literally don't know where I put those. Shoot. Problem with having so many locomotives. Sydney in the rest cars, Toby in the museum coach. Did that one actually work? No, because I didn't. The museum coach didn't spawn in. I have a museum coach, but it doesn't want to spawn in. Flora and coach, rest cars, Toby and troublesome trucks. Negatory. Class 40? Of course not. Why would they have it? Somebody has the strawberry jam van, and I don't know who it is. And it's really bugging me because I gave it to someone and I really don't know who it was. Is it Donald and Douglas? No, it's not them. They have the, what's that? Fred Pelham? They have the Fred Pelham, what's it called, in Scruffy. Along with the ULP trucks. Or vans, whatever, same thing. Trucks, vans. Oh, and the updated. Nope. Also, what was it? Can I at least spawn a brake van in? Because there is one specific brake van I want to show that wasn't used. and this is the only time I'll ever talk about it before I completely erase it from my mind, if I can find it. Nope. Okay. Well, I would have to leave this, but anyway, I gotta do other stuff too before we end the stream later on. But it was a concept that I kind of got rid of. But back into spawning in these engines. So we got the Northwestern Railway Thomas after that. Ryan Thomas. I think we got everyone. Of course, I would have to spawn in Henry and all of them again, but I'm not cycling through all that. Northwestern Railway, Paint Splatter Thomas, TV series Thomas, Percy, Northwestern Railway because the current version isn't done. Ryan, Nightmare Fuel, LBSC Green, LBSC Brown, LBSC Black, Hero, Patchwork Hero, Murdoch, all the way in the back. Bill, Ben, James, Northwestern Railway, Busy Bee James, Mud Splatter James, James, The Adventure Begins James, I suppose, Donald, Dougie, Donald, no, that's Dougie, apologies. Donald, don't send me flying, but Rex, Mike, Jock, Bert, the Flying Thistle, Northwestern Railway Gordon, Mud Splatter Gordon, Gordon, LNER Gordon, and Gordon, not really, but Gordon. God, this is a lot of engines. Now, a section that doesn't get any love because I don't ever show them on screen. Diesels. The one that started it all, come on, the other one in, don't be shy. Regular diesel. Railway Series diesel. With the Dodge. The little ladder is next, I think. Alright, now this is when stuff starts to get strange. Diesel Duck. Diesel Duck is the funniest thing I've ever... words I never thought I would ever use in my life, but here we are. Diesel Duck. That's it. No, that's just Sydney, but I'm gonna despawn you for now because I was looking for Diesel Stepney. Sydney needs a face. Yeah, Sydney and Paxton, I think, need a face. They still to this day don't have faces. I don't know why I never gave them faces. Yeah, Sydney and Paxton need faces. Like ASAP. Wait, we forgot a version of Diesel, so we gotta go all the way back. But yeah, Sydney and Paxton, they definitely need some faces. Technically, this is not a canonical version of Diesel, and it's more of a fan request version of Diesel, but still it counts. I think we all know where this is going. So let's just skip to the end. Please, Diesel. Told you we all knew where this was going. So those two, yeah, I agree. Definitely need faces or some, like, soon. Iron Airy. If I spawned that in correct. And Iron Bird. Who actually went through some changes. Aren't really that noticeable if you look at the side paneling. You notice that that yellow shines through on that his. Well, his is not that much at all, and it kind of looks more what's called flush because I kind of cleaned it up. Because I'm currently still updating their liveries. Oh yes, and of course, another Diesel that just never appears anymore. It only made one appearance, the mainland Diesel. I literally give the mainland Diesel a face before Sydney. That's ludicrous at best. Okay, now this one I gotta spawn backwards. Toby. Flora. Who's next? I think we got all the... Percy the Diesel. I'm scared to see where that goes. Thomas the Diesel? You might have to be... Oh god, you need to be sent back. I forgot I was reworking you. But I think you're just going to be canceled for now. Since the DLC Thomas kind of exists now, you're kind of obsolete. Oh, we have Percy the Diesel. This only should bode well. Oh, wait, no, I remember you. You're the version that appeared inside the Thomas and Friends Anthem music video? Yeah, you can go back. I don't know why I spawned you. Absolute nightmare fuel. We got them, and we got mainland Diesel. Now we just need... Was that every Diesel? How dare I forget Ocean Man? How dare I? Always remember Ocean Man. Now, what am I looking for? Well, technically, I gotta spawn a yellow submarine in now. If I can find it after losing it for the 500th time this stream. This is way too many liveries. We're not even halfway to where we need to be. I've almost filled up the complete 2 lanes worth of the training center with nothing but engines. Look at this. The Thomas and Friends Gala, yes. An extreme gala at that. I've never seen so many Thomas and Friends livery in one place. Railway City Bowler. Alright, Bowler, you're gonna have to spawn over here. My back is literally hurting from spawning engines all day. Well, all night. I said all day. Oh, those are spawned. Yeah. I don't even think I'm gonna be able to finish spawning in all these engines by tonight. Jeez. How did I make all these without any, like, break in between all this? Because I'm still spawning stuff in. And these are just engines. Like, take a gander at all these liveries. This is too much even for me, but oh gosh, I'm definitely getting tired. I would take B James out of here, but we ain't got no space to be leaving. So, but first, I'm I'm going to the Creator Club right quick before the stream ends, and of course I gotta play the classical outro music that I usually start to do now. If I can find it, because I lose everything. But jeez, that's a lot of liveries. Hopefully next stream I can spawn every last single one of them in. Flipping doubt it. Took me 30 minutes just to set up that last scene. But let's go over to this Creators Club. Speaking of which, since I'm here, I can just start from the base. There we go. This, like stuff like this. You mentioned the Jolly van. I have made these, the raspberry tankers. And when I work on them, I go super in on detail. Like logos and everything. So, like this raspberry tanker is a good example of that. Or, what is it? The kettle vans? The cattle vans? I say kettle vans. Percy, this is what I'm saying, his livery is kind of busted right now because he's supposed to look like that. What else? Money vans, of course. But we gotta go all the way back for this one. Right here, there's technically already what did you call it earlier? I forgot the name. A gory, because we have a Hendon, a Gordon slash Henry. Yeah, there is one that exists. I don't use it, and nor do I think I even have it downloaded anymore to be using it. But like 1, 2, 3, 4, 113 liveries that have been released. But I want to know how many I've made in total. Yeah, that's why Cindy and Paxton never got a face, because I would always release two versions, one with a face and one without a face. So yeah, they never got their face version, but they will. Kind of can't just leave them hanging. Oh yeah, and this was that Thomas I was referring to right here. He was destroyed if you go back on the stream and look. But that's what he was supposed to look like, because he appeared in Thomas and the Ironworks video at the end of the fan showcase, the fan request showcase. What else? Yeah, Brendan Bay vans. Yeah, there's the Behemoth. Be careful when you drive this unless you want to go Mach 5. But this is some of the newer stuff, and I was also said I was going to show fun little detail, and I'm going for the song right now, but we're going to need to go to the livery designer for this one, and it's a little fun fact. There was a little story detail, or a little what's it called, that I was planning on doing, but never got around to it. One, because his train didn't need it, but this was the Timothy brake van coach that I was working on. I never released this livery, and it was supposed to actually be released alongside Timothy, along with some Timothy themed, like, troublesome trucks. But this livery right there, the possessed brake van, is Little livery that I made and just never what's it called or spiteful brake van, but I just call it the possessed brake van. You can call it whatever. Timothy brake van. I don't really know, but this little what's it called never got released. That's creepy. You should do the 13th van. Probably could, especially with this livery. Yeah, that little fun fact. This was supposed to be Timothy, and you can see it still suffers from one big problem, the double face thing. But in my opinion, that double face actually makes it more terrifying. Much, much more terrifying. But I'm gonna stop looking at this before I already have enough nightmares about Timothy's face. So I'll probably end this stream how I did last time. Last time I keep the double face. It's perfect for him. Yeah, as I was saying, like the double face, it fits that more than it fits the spiteful braveman. So yeah, I'm keeping the double face thing. Makes it more, just that much more terrifying. Or now this one doesn't have a face anymore. Hector. Hector was supposed to be released a year ago, and he had a full face before I had transferred over to Train Sim World 5, but it never went through, so all his face detail got lost. He had a fully detailed like season 1 esque face, but it's just gone now. And you can kind of see where that gray spot is where his face was going to be, but it was a fully complete Hector, but I don't know why it never let me release this like at all. Which sucks because I really did like Hector was one of my favorite characters. I wouldn't say like all time favorite characters. It was just one of my favorite like side characters, I guess you could say. And there's another. What was the last coach? Is it the troublesome plank van? Yeah, this one's railway series related. The troublesome plank van, and it's another variant of the what's called that was never released. I have a lot of variants of different liveries that need to be released or I need to release. Hopefully, as the week goes on, I'm just gonna start releasing more liveries again. I'm gonna have more time, so should be possible. But what should we do until what should we look at until the time being? Here, let's look at the raspberry tankers as we play the outro music. Sounds like a good idea in my books. Oh yeah, this. Yeah, those raspberry tankers right here took ages to do. I would never do something on par with that detail like that again. I wish I could do decals on the smoke box door so I can give the steam engines faces. So do I. But unfortunately, Train Sim World 5 or 4 or whatever we're on now doesn't work like that. And it will forever just be drifting along the way. I really am probably going to miss this game later down the line when I stop using it as much as I do. Because another thing I didn't get to talk about it in this stream, but I have a lot to announce probably next stream. Hopefully it will be much more earlier and I'm not like tired or after. We'll probably have a stream like right after I get off of work. So around like I'll say 5. So hopefully I can see everyone around 5, or anyone who's awake around that time, or if, because different time frames from around the world. But I'll see everyone later, and enjoy the outro music again. Rolling down the track, don't get slow, no turning back. Signals green, we're flying, steam puffs in the air. Through the hills and across the line, we'll get you there. It's a train chugging along, singing our railroad song. Whistles blow, hear the sound as we travel town to town. And so here we go, rolling down the track. All aboard now, don't be slow, no turning back. Engine strong and tall, brakes to take it slow. Look ahead, can't resist the call, onward we go. Clang, clang, bells will sing, let go through the night. Tracks converge and they all bring journeys filled with light. It's a train chugging along, singing our railroad song. Whistles blow, hear the sound as we travel town to town. Pure perfection. Game crashed. Fitting in, actually. Tracks converge and they all bring journeys filled with light. It's a train.